do an unboxing from JoyToy, I put a camera on a tripod and raise it so it's looking down on a table and I unbox it from the other side. But this thing is big and I'm just not set up to unbox something of this size. So forgive me if I have to zoom so far out you can actually see the cluttered mess that is my spare room. I also made the mistake of moving the lights and not rechecking the brightness, so I apologize if the unboxing itself is a little dark. A number of gripes about this item before I even unboxed it, so I was determined to not like it. First of all, the long lead time. I ordered mid-December last year and it just arrived, which is late August 2025. Secondly, the constantly dropping prices. This was originally sold internationally as $750, but with the tariff situation, many pre-order prices dropped considerably instead of paying various amounts for shipping costs. But there was no adjustment or credit if you'd already pre-ordered and paid at the original price. And third, a phased release over many months. Many YouTubers had these like 2 months ago and did their unboxing videos, as JoyToy fulfilled their direct customers first, before supplying distributors like Cool Toys Club, despite ordering the day after pre-order was announced. It was torn, and there was no seal on the main box, unlike other JoyToy figures I've had, so there was no way to actually verify this was an original, rather than say a customer return, especially as I discovered later that there was no limited edition number plate. So now that the gripes are out of the way, let's take a look at what's in the box. I had a number of loose pieces in the box and I never did find out where this part was supposed to go. This particular JoyToy figure is based on a Knight Paladin model of House Terryn, which was founded in the 30th millennia. Their knight suits were restored to fighting numbers by the Adeptus Mechanicus in returning for providing Titan pilots. House Terryn was a loyalist house in the Horus Heresy era. During the age of the Long March from the 15th millennium onwards, man set out to settle distant planets. The warp didn't exist at this point, so they used ships. These trips took so long, the ships were generational and settled so far out into the galaxy, it was impossible to stay in touch with their closest neighbours, let alone Earth, before it became Terra. When these interstellar ships landed on new planets, the ships themselves were cannibalized for parts and used to make heavy bipedal machinery, land clearing for construction, for defense, by following templates and fabrication system passed down from Earth's age of technology. The battery for the LED eyes are the same as the battery for Titus. and I still have 2 loose parts that I'm trying to find where they dropped off. The articulation on this piece is fantastic, but super stiff, and at first I wasn't sure if some joints were actually meant to move. The hip joints move laterally as well as rotate, and the ankle joints are ball joints with stiffening dampers. For defense, these huge battle suits were piloted by nobles, members of the ruling houses of a planet who could trace the bloodline back to the original colonists or even back to Terra. The pilots themselves effectively are the knights, sworn to defense, honor and fealty to the planet it protects. The mech is the knight armor, but it is the armor itself that is millennia old, and the pilot that merely becomes a symbiotic custodian of the battlesuit. After warp travel was discovered, these worlds, the Night Worlds, adopted a chivalry code to defend their worlds with a sense of duty and honor, and eventually fealty to the new Imperial against the forces of Chaos and Xenos. As it turns out, the bar that is supplied with the pilot is magnetic and is for activating the LEDs in the helmet once you've inserted a CR92734 battery. probably the most frustrating part of the assembly was trying to fit the head, as you effectively fit it blind, and it's a very tight fit to get the angle right without damaging something. I think I got it at about the 5th or 6th try, after walking away, having a cup of tea, and then trying again about half an hour later. On top of the knight there is a toggle button, but it took me a while to figure out what it's for. I couldn't find anything that opened or came on or made any changes when it was pressed and when it wasn't pressed. There isn't anything documentation with the knight to explain it. Turns out there are AAA battery covers, and if you press the button, the pilot's cockpit has interior lights. It's something that's not mentioned anywhere, which surprises me. My final gripe is that this knight doesn't appear to have any kind of limited edition numbering on it. Although I understood the knight to be a limited run, I thought they were also numbered, as I've seen a lot of them unboxed or photos taken, but this particular figure doesn't appear to have any kind of numbering on it. I hope you found this unboxing useful or informative. Please leave a like if so. If you want to stay informed of new unboxings from JoyToy, please make sure you're subscribed. And always, as always, if you have any suggestions or corrections, please leave a comment below. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one.